just found out my husband is a rapist. Things we find on Reddit threads. Hey, beautiful people, how are you doing today? Check out Maria Davis. I'm back again with another Reddit thread. I, 44 years old female, have been married to my husband for 17 years. We have 3 children together, ages 15, 13, and 10. We've had a perfect marriage. I didn't know my husband in childhood at all. He moved to my state a few months before we got together. We're about to be moving houses, and I was packing things away and I found this old journal. I thought maybe it was mine, but as I got to reading, I realized it wasn't. It was my husband's guilty confession about his friends and him having sex with this passed out drunk girl in the college in his hometown. It goes into great details about the things they did to her and how she woke up in the middle of it. 17 years I spent with this man. He treated me so great. Amazing provider, partner, husband. He's an amazing father to our kids. We have 2 girls. I'm not sure how he can look at them, hug them, and know what he did to someone else's daughter. I'm disgusted. I'm appalled. I plan to divorce. This breaks my heart. I'm so in love with my husband, but I no longer see my husband. I see a rapist. Imagine living with somebody you're so in love with. It's so perfect. It's kind of the kind of relationship we call now healthy relationship. It does everything. Like sometimes you just sit down and just look at him like, what do I do to deserve you? You're so amazing. Then you found out it's past. And this is not just a random thing. This is rape. And he hid it from you. Of course, he cannot tell you, because if he tells you, you guys are not going to be together this long. And you found out, what would you do? Would you divorce, or you will just talk things out and everything? I have few reactions on this, or few responses on this post. So let's go ahead and read what other people have to say. Darklist Devil says, same thing happened to me. I woke up in the middle of it too. Worst thing was that the person raping me was my husband, who had been separated from for over a year. I still get nightmares and flashbacks and act like it never happened for the sake of our child. Mena Justice says, are you still with him for the sake of your child? I know it's so much more complicated, and he's not going to try to act like I understand to that degree. But my father did horrible things to my mother, and I begged her to leave him because I was like 8 years old. And she stayed because she thought it would still provide a better life for me than should he not be in our lives. I don't think that was necessarily true. Regardless, I'm very sorry that happened to you. Most SA occurs from someone we know. What an awful thing to have to realize, how hard it is to trust the people we are supposed to love. This is other people sharing their own story. When reading these comments, I realized that she wasn't the only one that this thing happens to. She wasn't the only one. Most people were coming out to say, oh, this happened to me as well. This happened to me. I found out this as well. I found out that as well. That my husband is a rapist. Blah, 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 blah. I had to leave the marriage. I already had kids with him. I had to leave. Blah, blah, blah. But Darklist Devil says she didn't leave because of the children. But this other person said, are you sure you're doing the right decision? I said, no, I'm not still in love with him. Luckily, I escaped, but it took me a while before I could get our child into my custody. It stood me from seeing them, use them as a weapon and punishment when I didn't do what he wanted. He still sees our child very regularly, and they adore him, but I'm no contact or very low contact, and only speak about issues to do with our child. Our child was very young when all this happened, and luckily he doesn't know about it. He still tries to control me, tried many things to get me in trouble with money, get my money stopped or cut off, left me in 6K debt that I've spent the last almost decade paying off, still won't divorce me as it is last point of hold over me. I am away from him, but I'm certainly not free of him, and I don't think I ever will be, unfortunately. I've been told by my rapist, counselor, etc., to report it to the police and to sexual violence charity for support. But it was so long ago now, plus it's my word against his. It happens a lot during our relationship, but I was told and made to believe that it was my job as a woman and his partner to sleep with him when he wanted. Whether I wanted to or not, because that's what husbands and wives do. I still have some messages where he admitted to some of those abuse and laughed about it. But I doubt I'll believe, and the last thing I want is for this to affect our child in any way. Shout out to Susan for sending me this Reddit thread. When she sent me this, when she sent me this Reddit, when I read it, I remembered the one I read, of course, that the lady got raped, or she was raped while she was young by some group of guys in her school or something, but she didn't know who raped her because she was drugged. She moved on, she got married, and living her life and all of that. Before she found out, I've forgotten how she found out, but she later found out that her husband was part of the guys that raped her while she was young. She already had, her husband was perfect to her, no issues in the marriage, just barely normal issues that they can solve. And they have children and all of that. Now finding out that he was part of the guys that raped her. And to think that he was not even the only one that was aware. When she spoke with her friends, they were like, they knew it was part of it, but they didn't say anything. This kind of thing, it hurts differently. Knowing that your person that you're supposed to love, person you're supposed to do everything, they are rapists. It hurts differently. It hurts differently. I don't know how to explain it, but I've not experienced it before. But I feel like it's going to be a different kind of hurt. What do you think is the right thing to do after finding out that your partner is a rapist? Would you say that is just them being the past, probably they've changed, or would you just let them go? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. It's a short Reddit thread and I decided to share with you all today. Kindly put your thoughts in the comments section, and thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and don't post notification bell when you subscribe so you can get notified when I upload interesting video like this one. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.